The Jamaican government is actively encouraging Jamaicans to come home. And to make this easier, they have created a returning residents program. This program can save you thousands of dollars, and most people only find out about it after they already paid full price on their container. I'm about to save you that headache. Hi, my name is Claudette, and I am your Jamaican Gypsy Granny. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome back. So, what is the Return in Residence program? It is a set of benefits the Jamaican government put in place for Jamaicans who have lived overseas and are coming back to settle here permanently. It falls under Jamaica Customs, and it has been around since 1993 when the Charter for Long-Term Return in Residence was introduced. To qualify, you must be a Jamaican national at least 18 years old who has lived overseas for the last 3 years back to back, and you are returning to live in Jamaica for good. If you're a student who studied abroad for more than 1 year, but less than 3 years, and you're coming home for good, you qualify too, though your benefits may look a little different. If you gave up your Jamaican citizenship at some point and you can prove it, you still qualify. And if you're not Jamaican, but your spouse is a returning resident, it applies to you too. Once you're approved as a returning resident, you can bring in your personal and household effects and your tools of trade without paying customs duty. That means furniture, appliances, and equipment for your trade or profession can come in duty free within certain limits. There is no duty-free concession on motor vehicles for returning residents. However, you will get a little more flexibility on the age of the car. Regular importers can only bring in a car up to 6 years old. Returning residents, however, can bring in a car up to 10 years old as long as they've owned it for at least 6 months before the move. You will still need an import license from the trade board before the vehicle even leaves for Jamaica, and you are limited to one motor car and one light commercial vehicle, or two light commercial vehicles once every 3 years. To access this benefit, you need to apply through the Jamaica Customs Agency. They now have an online portal which makes it much smoother than it used to be. You will need to provide documents like your valid Jamaican passport, your last 3 years of tax returns, proof of your job separation or retirement, and anything else that proves you are living abroad. Unfortunately, you cannot get your concession approved before you land in Jamaica. The whole process happens after you arrive through an interview with the returning residence unit at Customs. You must bring with you your documents so they can review your case, and only then will they grant the exemption notice, which is your green light to clear your belongings duty free. So, do not ship your container off before that interview is done and your status is confirmed. Now, if you are a pet owner or plant lover, pay attention. If you have a dog or cat, your pet has to be coming from a country Jamaica considers approved based on how controlled rabies is there. You need to apply for an import permit through the Veterinary Services Division before your pet travels. And you want to give at least 3 weeks' notice ahead of your arrival. Your pet will need a health certificate from a vet and proof of rabies vaccination or a titer test. And once they land, current rules allow for up to 14 days of quarantine at the government facility in Plum Point. Sometimes that gets reduced if everything checks out, but plan and budget as if the full 2 weeks will apply. Plants need a separate permit from the plant quarantine branch, and that also has to be sorted in advance. Whatever you're planning to bring, remember to declare it on your customs form. Leaving it off causes far more trouble than the paperwork ever would. The whole application has to be made after you arrive in Jamaica and before you start clearing your items through customs. And you will have about 6 months to bring your things in. So plan your shipping around that. If you're thinking about coming home, start gathering those documents now. Look up the Jamaica Customs Agency website, find their returning residence unit, and get familiar with what they ask for. You worked hard during those years abroad. Do not leave money on the table when you finally come home. If this helped you in any way, please like this video. Drop a comment and tell me where you are watching from. Share it with someone who is planning their move back. Subscribe and don't forget to hit the all on the notification bell so you get notified each time I post. Your support means the world to me and it will help the channel to grow. For more information on moving back to Jamaica, check out my Moving to Jamaica playlist. My name is Claudette and I am your Jamaican Gypsy Granny. Walk good.